Hello and welcome to the first video in my Magicka Wizards modding series. In this series I'll be creating a bot and submitting it in the end to the upcoming BattleBot Arena tournament. Anybody will be able to follow along and create their own bot as we go. Each episode I'll be going over any questions that people have from the previous episode. In this episode I'll be just quickly going over how to create your own abilities and a bit about movement, how to control and tell the bot where to go. Before we start, make sure you have already installed the Magicka Wizards mod loader, the script extender. Right now, the latest version is version 3.51. And also make sure you have the bot framework. To jump in, let's go over to the bot logic file. In here, there's a bunch of stuff going on. The update logic function is called only when the bot is not currently doing anything. And this is where we're going to put most of the code to actually decide what the bot's going to do next. The update function is called every frame. So there are certain things that you might want to have actually update every single frame. You would add that stuff here. And then over here we have the select target. For the upcoming duel tournament, I don't think we're going to edit this at all. But in the future, we might do like a TDM or a multiplayer match, in which case we might want to select more than just the enemy target. But here, if we go down to update logic, this is where the bot currently has just the sample code. Let's comment that out. You can press Control/ to comment everything that you have selected. And to create our own ability, I'll also just minimize this here. To create our own ability, we want to tell the bot's queue to add a new action. So the bot has a list of things, a queue, that it will perform in that order. And you can add to that queue to tell it what to do. So first, queue. And what do we want to do? We want to do a new action. And we're going to give it an action. What type of action is it? It is going to be, just to start off with, let's do a self-cast. There's a number of different actions you can choose from, like you could do a beam if you wanted to, or projectile. Each of these have different things that it requires, but let's just start simpler with the self-cast, because it needs less stuff input into it. The first thing it needs is the elements in the spell. So you can give it a table. I'm not going to go too much into how Lua works, but to define a table, you use curly braces, and then you put inside that table whatever you want. In this case, we're going to do S for arcane, and 3 of them, so it's going to be SSS. You can see up here, if we scroll to the top, just for ease of use, we have the elements defined, so we don't have to type it out every time. And the next thing we need is condition arguments, which we don't have to use, and activation conditions, which we also don't need to have. So we could either just leave them out, or we could leave them empty. If we were to run and compile this now, go over here, make sure install on compile is checked off, otherwise it won't actually add it into your mods. But if we compile that now and run, the bot should just continuously spam the arcane AoE. Hop into a training lobby here. Yep, so there it goes. It's just spamming that Not that interesting, but don't worry, we'll make it do some more interesting stuff later. With this right now, you can see that obviously it's not even getting near the target. So first, let's tell the bot to walk to the target. So we're going to tell the queue to add in a new action. What kind of action? It's going to be a move to point. And it's an action. An action wants a bunch of stuff, so we need a target to move to. And where are we going to move to? We're going to move to the position of the target unit. It's automatically set up here just to grab the first enemy. And Timmy, the training dummy, is going to be the first one in the training lobby. So we can do... actually, I think there is a helper function. .get target unit position. And you just give it the AI data table, which is a big table with a bunch of stuff the bot uses. You could also use, I'm not going to use it here, but you could also do unit utilities .get unit position, and then you pass in the target unit. This is getting the same thing, it's just a different function. Now, if we were to compile that, the bot should run up to Timmy and start casting arcane AoE. And you can kind of see there was it randomly cast SSS there. That's because Timmy didn't exist yet, so there was no target. And it just cast SSS was the second thing. Now, it did run up to be close to Timmy and cast it, but Timmy's now moved. And the bot can't actually reach the same position that Timmy is on. So instead of moving to where the target is, let's move to a set distance away from that target. And to do that, we can do the same thing, but to make it a little bit easier, we can spread it out and set a new variable here. So we're going to do local, wanted position, and we're going to go to math utilities, offset point towards point. So we want to go from the enemy towards where the bot currently is. So we can just copy and paste. Whoops. We can just copy and paste this here. And towards the bot position, the bot is in AI data, self data. Position table. And speed is how far away we want to maintain that distance. So let's just say 4 for now. And instead of passing in that position here, we're going to go in there. And see what happens now. So if we see what happens, the bot will run up to about 4 away from Timmy and start casting. That looks pretty good to me. Now let's say that you don't actually want to do a self-cast. Let's do a beam instead. It'll be the same elements, but Instead, it also wants to know a facing target. So let's give it our wanted position, because we want it to face the position the enemy is. The amount of time we're going to charge it for, let's just say 3 seconds. Condition args, which we had here before. Activation conditions. And this also has another table, which we're just going to leave empty for now. So this should make the bot move towards the enemy and then start casting us. But there's a different move action as well. Instead of move to point, you can do set move target. So set move target will tell the bot to move to a location, but it won't wait for the bot to get there before it moves on to the next item in the queue. So it'll tell the bot to move here and then start using the beam. Or it'll immediately start casting the beam as soon as it starts moving towards that position. Now, hopefully this will work, but I think I see an issue with it right now. So if we jump into the training lobby again here, it's gonna see, oh, that doesn't look good. We're still doing the wrong spell. I think I might have just not compiled it. And charge time looks good. I think everything is in there. I just didn't actually save it. Make sure before you compile, you always save. Sometimes I'll be editing away and just forget to save it and think that it is gonna appear in game, but it's just not going to. There we go. So now we have a beam. But if you'll notice, it's not quite right. So if we wait for Timmy to respawn here, Timmy's moving. So if we start aiming at where Timmy spawned, he's not always going to be there. I think we're just getting lucky here. But if, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Here we go, see? So if we kind of trick the bot here, it only sets that position to aim at once. So instead here, we're going to finally edit one of these other tables here. So there's condition arguments, which we're not going to edit. There's activation conditions, but here we are going to do on update. We're going to give it an on update function. So these functions are called every frame, and they affect the ability or the action. And we want it to do face target unit. And let's see what that does now. Here we go. So we should hopefully see that if I just pause it here, as soon as Timmy respawns. Oh, it's not. Did I not? I forgot to save it again. Look at that. There we go. You can see it's definitely tracking Timmy now. Even if he's not here, it's looking for something. And as soon as he comes back, it'll start beaming Timmy. I think that looks pretty good here. Let's make a really simple combo here that involves some movement as well. So what I want to do, we kind of know how to make a spell, how to move, and we know how to get the position of Timmy. So let's make the bot run up, place mines on Timmy, back up a little bit, look at Timmy, and then use spray. So first we want the bot to move within range first. And I think that to be close enough, you probably want to be about three away for the mines to hit. Just a guess. And we're going to do a new action. And we're going to tell it I don't think I have a set one for mines or walls, so we're just going to do a regular spell. And we want to do facing, let's just do facing the target unit. Or you know what, let's add in here there we go. We don't have to copy it everywhere. And what's next? I want to see elements, so let's do E, S, S. Self-cast is going to be false. So there are predefined spell types that simplify the arguments that it needs, but you can define your own spell by just using action.spell. Charge time is going to be 0 because it's just mines. Don't really need any condition arguments. Don't need any activation conditions, and we're not going to do anything on update either. And this is going to work, but it's not walking up to the target first. So let's do this too. We'll just copy that over from before, and it's within 3 now. And also let's make a wanted position 2 for when we move away from the mines. So it'll be exactly the same, but we're just moving a little bit further away. So now that we have that, let's copy this down here, and we're going to go to wanted position 2. And also, instead of set move target, we want to do move to point, because move to point will wait until it actually arrives at that point before it moves on to the next action. Because if we set the move point and then immediately cast mines, you're just going to cast mines on yourself. You're not going to be anywhere close to the target. Then we want to also do Q, new action, and we're going to do a spray. What kind of a spray are we going to do? Well, first we want it to face the target. It's going to be, let's just do a fire spray. Why not? Charge time, let's keep it short. Let's just do 2 seconds. No condition arguments yet, no activation conditions, and no on update functions that are going to get called every frame. But you know what, thinking about it, maybe we do actually want an on update. Let's do on update face target unit. Just like we did with the beam, we want the mines to actually face the target. And if the target's moving, because we're going to walk over there first, right? As we're walking over there, it's possible Timmy's going to be moving around. He's doing his own thing. We want, when we actually get to the position, to face where he actually is. And same with the spray. Let's see if that works. Back into the training lobby here. Oh, Timmy didn't exist yet. So our first one was kind of a failure. But there we go. You can see it goes up, it places mines, and it moves back and uses fire spray. As long as Timmy exists. If Timmy's not there, he kind of doesn't know what he's doing. I think this video is a bit longer than I expected already, so I will cut it off there. If anybody has questions, make sure you leave them in the comments below. And otherwise, you can always post on the Discord if you need help. I'm around, or any of the other modders. I hope this was informative. Have a great day. Bye.